Well, looks like I think we're live at this point. Let me go ahead and bring up the chat here. Yeah, looks like we are live. Once again, the typical YouTube delay. I should just start doing these streams 1 minute earlier. But in any case, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you are here in the live stream right now, we're just going to be talking about, should you be waiting for the 3080 Ti? We'll talk a little bit about the 6700 XT, and then on top of that, I'm just going to be answering a whole bunch of questions here. So let's go ahead and start off with some questions, and then we'll get into some of those topics. Let's see. We got Kane says, yo, hey, what's up? Let's see. So if you got any questions, okay, so we got J-Steez here. Did any of you see Linus Tech Tips' latest video about mining? It's just going to make even more people pay scalper prices to justify the higher cost by saying they can make it back by mining. Bad luck for Linus Tech Tips. No, I actually haven't seen it yet. I think I should probably go ahead and watch that. But, if his takeaway is you should be buying more expensive cards because you can make them back with mining, that's kind of a dangerous game to play. And I've talked about this in the past, but essentially what you could do is you could buy a card for, say, $1,200, and not only is that teaching these companies that, yes, a 3070 is worth $1,200, but on top of that, you could end up, sitting there mining, and then a month later, all of a sudden, the mining boom ends, and you basically haven't been making hardly any money at all because you didn't cash it out. So I wouldn't suggest doing that. I don't think it's a good idea. If you already have your card and you want to mine, you're not, other than, spending money on power, you're really not affecting the industry in any way. So, you might as well if you want to. I personally don't, but I understand why a lot of people do. It makes sense. But if your justification for buying a card is I'm going to mine on it to make it back, well, you might not. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. Not Your Average Steve says Linus' video didn't promote buying scalped cards. He said that it wouldn't be worth it because even with a 3070, you would only be making like $5 a day. Okay, yeah, so that makes it more sense. Yeah. Euclidean Plane says Linus merely said if you have one of these cards and then you should be mining. His sponsor was Nice Hash. I don't. There's. I'll do sponsorships for a lot of people as long as like the service does what it says it's gonna do. I don't really care that much about what it is. Like even if let's say it's like a mobile game that I might try once and then not come back to. Well, as long as it's a legitimate game that isn't a scam, like yeah, sure. If someone wants to play it, sure, I'll do an ad for it. Why not? It's a legitimate business, whatever. But I think Nice Hash would fall into that territory of one of the few things I probably would not promote on my channel, just because I just dislike mining in general, so I just wouldn't do it. J-Steve says the whole video was 7-minute ad for Nice Hash. I don't mind people mining, but this will just make regular people buy scalped cards thinking they can mine back the money spent. Well, I'm sure his takeaway was fine. I guess I should probably go ahead and watch it, but yeah, I very much dislike that Linus basically made an advertisement video for, because let's be honest here, Linus makes good videos, but a lot of the videos that he does put out are heavily driven by the ads, and by that I say, what by that I mean, let's say with that 8K video that he did, that was just a video that he made specifically because he was given a card by Nvidia or whatever. So yeah, so Linus makes good videos, but you got to remember that it's a business. So just like any channel, So, but yeah, Nice Hash, I think that's where I'd draw the line. And I'm kind of disappointed that Linus would promote Nice Hash. I get it. It's a legitimate business, whatever. People can mine whatever. But you got to understand, the PC community doesn't like miners. So to promote Nice Hash, I don't know. Again, if you have a card and you're mining, whatever, go for it. But yeah, I agree, J-Steez. I don't like that. I don't really like that. But in any case, let's see. We got a Euclidean Plane saying there's nothing wrong with Nice Hash, honestly, and I like Linus. I'm here to hear about the 3080 Ti's. Yeah, no. If you want to mine, again, if you want to mine, you have a card, go for it. I personally wouldn't promote that because I don't like mining. So whatever. And Not Your Average Steve says it wasn't promoting miners. It was just talking about how you could make some extra money on the side while your PC's idle. Yeah, and again, might as well. If you got it, go for it. Metroplex Prime says the mining problem comes from major farms. A guy picking up a card and doing some mining while he's idle is just fine. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Super Assistant says, doesn't Linus usually have like 2 sponsors in each video? Yeah, those videos are usually pretty packed. Nitesh Sakhar, man, I butchered that, says, when is the 3080 Ti coming? Well, it's coming in April. I've heard mid-April. I've heard a bunch of different sources reconfirm mid-April. I'm really confident on mid-April this time. I don't think there's going to be another delay. And I think by the time mid-April rolls around, you might have like 2 extra seconds to get the card you want. So, Cruise 2080 says, how you doing today, brother? Pretty good. How are you doing? CPU, GPU, or machine miners? I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about there, Demo. Do you think the 3080 will cost the same as a 3090? The 3080 already costs more than a 3090 Founders Edition if you look on like the used market or whatever. But if you're talking... I think you meant 3080 Ti. The 3080 Ti should be coming in at an MSRP of $1,000 US. So yeah, if you are excited for the 3080 Ti, it's coming out really soon. I mean, like really soon. We're a month away now, and it's going to have 12 gigabytes of VRAM, 10,240. So basically, it's going to have 2% less No, it won't even have that. 2% less shaders than the 3090, and 2% less bandwidth. But in reality, you're going to get probably 99.5% of the performance of a 3090. The MSRP is going to be $1,000 US. Again, 12 gigabytes of VRAM. I know some people don't really like 12 gigabytes of VRAM, but realistically, 12 gigabytes of VRAM is going to have no problem playing games for quite a while, honestly. And then on top of that, again, with the $1,000 US price point, it's going to be $500 less than the 3090 Founders Edition. But again, you got to remember in this current, how things are right now, realistically, the only 3080 Ti's, like if you wanted to at any point just go out and buy a 3080 Ti, they will be available. However, it's going to cost you like $2,500. Now, the cards that you might have a chance to get if you're quick are probably going to cost somewhere between $1,200 to $1,500. That's just the way it is right now. As things calm down, they will start going towards that MSRP, but that's how it's going to be. All right, and then we got a super chat from Harold Adams for $2. Thank you so much. He says, what's the word on Zen 3 Threadripper? Yeah, I think we're a little ways out on that still. I haven't heard too much news on that. I know they just brought out the Threadripper Pro for the current series, so I would guess that we're a little ways out yet. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe within the next 6 months we'll see something like that. But in any case, thank you for the $2. Again, if you do a super chat during this live stream, that's going to be a way you can get into the Discord, which, by the way, I'm going to open up the Discord right now, actually. And Discord's a pretty awesome place. We just I'll be on the Discord pretty frequently. Honestly, I check it every single day because I have it on my phone, so that makes it really convenient. But yeah, if you want to get into the Discord, if you do super chat, just get a hold of me after the stream goes live, either on Twitter or get a hold of me via my email, and I'll send you a link to the Discord if you did a super chat. So that's a good way of getting in there, and it is a whole lot of fun. So let's say, all right, I'm going to tell everyone we are live. There we go. All right, we got another super chat coming in. It's the Stargazer. Thank you for the $4. Where's Leo and Maybell? All right, so Leo and Maybell are my cats. So I got a white snowshoe kitty and then a kind of chubby tabby. So he's not too far gone, but he's got a little chonk on him. But you'll see him every now and then in videos. Thank you for the $4. All right, let's see. JC says, smash the like button for our boy. Yeah, if you're watching this right now, let's hit that like button. Let's try and get this stream out to more people. So go, hit that like button. But in any case, so hope, let's go, guys. Let's play Minecraft with shaders on the 3080 Ti. Exactly. Justin K says, with the new info, the 3080 Ti is still replacing the 3080. I would say that the 3080 Ti will, it's more... like the 3080 Ti and 3070 Ti together will replace the 3080. I think the 3080 will eventually get discontinued. It's just going to be a little while. So we'll see what happens there. But in any case, we got another super chat coming in from Bugs. Thank you so much for the $5. He says, I have a 1660 Ti and it's starting to show its age. I upgraded my CPU to a i7 9700K. Should I go for a 3060 Ti or try finding a used 20 series? So the used market's just an absolute disaster right now. Honestly, the 1660 Ti is pretty good. So what I would do if I were you is, if you haven't overclocked it already, again, overclocking is a bit of a risk, but if you want to, you can download a program called MSI Afterburner, and there are videos that tell you how to overclock your video card. A lot of times you can squeeze like another 10% performance out of it. That may help extend the life a little bit if you want to go that route. And then on top of that, you can just then hang on to that card. If you do choose to overclock it again, it'll make it maybe a little bit faster. And then while you're using that card, start looking for an RTX 30 series. So then if it takes you a month to find the 30 series card that you want, and by the way, you're basically not going to be able to choose what card you get. If your price range is like the most I can buy is the 3070, then if I were you, I would get anything from the range of a 3060 to a 3070 if you can get it near MSRP, and just like basically get what you can get. So if you see anything come in stock, I am sponsored by this site, but there's a site called BroBot. They help you, like, they'll notify you when stuff comes in stock, so that's a good way of trying to figure out when stuff comes in stock. They're pretty quick about it, so I've had good luck with them. I know a lot of people have had good luck with them. And then if you're just looking anywhere between, say, a 3060 to a 3070, you'll probably within a month be able to find something. Like you'll be able to get something. It's somewhat close to MSRP. It's going to be a little more expensive. That's just the way things are right now, but yeah. All right, and then we got Tech Imperium. Okay, let's see. He was responding to someone else. Bug says, yeah, I use MSI Afterburner. It's pretty optimized. Thank you for the answer, man. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the super chat. And once again, if you do super chat, get a hold of me after the live stream so I can get you into the Discord. All right, let's see. JST says, it seems like EVGAQ has all but halted for the last month or so to they're spitting out cards till like February. I got my 3070 at the end of January, but I haven't heard any other class of cards. So yeah, with the EVGAQ, it seems like to me the only cards that are actually going out are the more expensive models. And then on top of that, you gotta remember we just went through the Chinese New Year, so there was definitely like a huge halt on stuff. That's a main reason I believe why like a month ago things were really hard to get. So things should start to pick up a little bit again. All right. Thomas Jr. says, will 6700 XT cost 480 years or less? Oh, it's going to be 480 MSRP, but that's only if you can get it on AMD.com, and that's not including tax and all that. So yeah, I mean, if you're talking an AIB model, I've heard prices between $550 to $650. I wouldn't be surprised if they go beyond that. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw like an $800 6700 XT. So yeah, it's just, if you're trying to get a 6700 XT, go to AMD.com. If you can't get it on AMD.com, don't buy it, because that's ridiculous to pay $650. It's just outrageous. All right, so Jay Stees once again coming in here. He says, yeah, I got the For the Win 3 3070 for $599. I was hoping to get a 3080, but I think I'll just try to get a 3080 Ti when it comes out. I refuse to pay over MSRP. So yeah, the thing is that AIB MSRP is up, and that's simply due to logistics making things more expensive as well as tariffs. However, there's a lot of people who appear, I don't know who it is in the chain, but somebody, and everyone points the finger at someone else, but somebody is making a lot of extra money off these cards right now. So yes, a $500 3070 right now is probably closer to $600 after the tariffs and all that. But if you see them for like $800, $900, no, that's just someone profiteering. In which case, I definitely wouldn't buy him for that. Let's see, we got Brandon Takibana. NVIDIA doesn't care about gamers. They only care about the fact that they got caught selling to miners. NVIDIA's the problem, not the miners. I know there was a rumor going around that NVIDIA had been selling directly to miners, but I didn't see, like, it hasn't been proved, I don't think. So it's kind of like an allegedly type of story. I wouldn't be surprised if they were doing that, but again, it's like allegedly, I don't know. But yeah, their business, they care about making money. So Veswalvadsosens, oh geez, I butchered that, says, hello, any news about AMD DLSS alternative? Hoping to get 6700 XT, looking pretty good in leaks. PS, don't bother reading my name. It seemed a bit too hard for you last time. Well, it's too late now. Yeah, so they are working on their DLSS alternative, the Fidelity FX Super Resolution. God, they need to make a new name for that. They should just shorten it to Super Resolution. Just drop the Fidelity FX. It sounds terrible. But I've heard it's pretty good in terms of the performance jump you get. I don't know about the image quality. I know that we're probably at least another 3 months out. We may be 6 months to a year out on that technology. So if it comes out this generation, awesome, in the next 3 to 6 months. Otherwise, it may be like next generation when it comes out. But yeah, I hope they do end up getting it out soon, because that's going to benefit not only the AMD cards, but also the consoles as well, and that could really extend their lifetime. All right. Just official. That's so bad. All right, Zuck Daddy says, do you think the Intel ray tracing will be any good? I bet it'll be a little better than AMD. I don't think it'll be on par with NVIDIA, but we'll see. Family Gaming with Karthbet says, still waiting on RTX 3060 Ti in normal price, not intending to pay 700 pounds on eBay for something without warranty, where MSRP is about 400 pounds to 500 pounds for brand new shop. Still waiting. 3060 Ti, you're not going to find that for MSRP for a long time. Because the thing is, the 3060 Ti is a cut down of the 3070, and it looks like the 3070 dies are yielding pretty well. And so if NVIDIA can make more money off those same dies, they're going to. And things are just more expensive now as well. So yeah, the only thing you're going to be able to get is an overpriced 3070. And it's one of the least difficult cards to get right now. So that's the good thing. Any info on 3070 Ti? It's been a little dry for a while. I haven't heard really many updates. I just know that like it's still out there. It's being worked on. I don't know if they'll release it. If they do release it, it's gonna probably be, I'd say, at least 3 months from now. Again, maybe closer to 6 months. It's gonna be a little bit of a ways out, simply because there's no reason to discontinue the 3080 yet. But you know, we'll see what happens. We got Clement Etienne, check on EVGA forum. There is a community managed sheet. Not everyone's signed up, but at least gives you an idea. Yeah, they do have a sheet there that kind of tells you. How close will the 3080 Ti be to the 3080? It'll be about 10% faster. So, yeah, it's not going to be like a huge increase. It's just going to be mostly like for those people who don't want to compromise any of their settings, or, you know, or want it to last a little longer. 12 gigabytes will age a lot better than 10. Hero Signal Premium says, thank you seriously for all the news. Well, thank you for watching. And then we got Yabio Chips Ahoy says, at Grant Cookie not okay, so he's responding to someone. I don't know what's going on in that thread. Let's see. Grant Cookie says, do you need a bot to get a GPU right now? Kinda, yeah. You pretty much do, because you can't really be checking all the time. Janice Larissa says, love your channel. Thank you so much. All right, and then No Soy Taco Man says, any news on AMD's answer to DLSS? I just answered this. It's a little ways out. It's looking good, little ways out, probably 3 to 6 months at least. So we'll see. Internet user says, random question, should I buy a card that's cheap and been used for mining? I know Linus says it's not a huge downside, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So the thing is, if you are going to buy a mining card, like a card that's been mined on, I would highly suggest taking apart the card, cleaning it out, and replacing the thermal paste. There's probably a lot of like degradation of the thermal paste itself that can occur. As for degrading the lifespan of the GPU, it probably does, but by how much, I'm not sure. Probably not enough where it's a huge concern. So again, like if it's a good deal, then if you take it apart, clean it out, replace the thermal paste, it should be fine. You know, by the time it starts going out, you're probably going to want to get a new card anyway, would be my guess, but it's hard to tell. Of course, I'd rather buy a new card, but if it's a really good deal, you know. Literally Rad says, what's up, Graphically Challenge? It's Rad. I recently asked about the merch about 2 videos ago. Excited to wear that shirt. You've been emulating your videos, lol. Yeah, so I just started my second channel. That was kind of the first thing I wanted to do, which, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the description here. Let's see. The channel's Epic Funny Time. It's got one video live right now. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. and put it in the chat, because everyone who's here watching, I really want you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the second channel. There's just a bunch of memes on there. So, hold on. Why can I not put it in the comments? Or in the description? That's bizarre. Okay, well, I'll just put it in the comments thing here. So, here's a link to the second channel. If you like tech memes and you like laughing, here's a second channel. Go subscribe to it right now and go ahead and watch that first video after this stream is done, because it's already got over 1,000 views for the first video. That's pretty good. We got like 100 subscribers, 100 and some subscribers here. What's it at? 114. So let's go ahead and try and get that number up to 200 subscribers. Everyone who's watching right now, go ahead and click that link that I just dropped in there. Let's get the new channel up to 200 subscribers, because I'm releasing about 2 to 3 videos a week on there as well, because I just have a little bit of extra time. Don't worry, it's not cutting into the time of this channel at all. I just had a little bit of extra time on my hands, so yeah, that's a good place. If you just want to have a little bit of more levity in your feed every now and then, that's a good place to go find it. And then looks like people are enjoying the first video. There should be a second video coming out on Tuesday, then Thursday, and then I should be most of the time releasing a third video on the weekend there. So yeah, already up to 150 subs. Awesome. Yeah, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, I want to try and get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers here this month if I can. So yeah, if we can get that, I'll post it in the chat one more time here if you didn't see it. Go subscribe to that second channel, and I'm going to be releasing, again, 2 to 3 videos a week on there. It's just tech memes, so. Yep, all right. Join the new channel. Well, thank you, Fred M. Smash that like button. Yeah, yep. Do you guys think the 6700 XT is gonna even be in Europe? Yes, it will, but I've heard that the numbers aren't that great. It's about 2 to 8 times higher numbers in the 6800 XT, which sounds awesome, except for the 6800 XT had a miserable showing in Europe. So yeah, the European numbers are not looking that great. Probably 1 to 2,000 units, it sounds like. That's what Red Gaming Tech was saying. So yeah, a lot more units, but still not great. Two times nothing is still nothing. Yeah. Merrick SK says, hello, sir. Your videos are helping me get through this GPU starvation, waiting for 3080 Ti. Well, I'm glad that they're helping you, and thank you so much for watching. 8 times 0 is still 0. Yeah. I mean, the 6800 XT numbers, according to Red Gaming Tech in Europe, were like, or in the UK, not Europe, were like 250 to 500 units. I mean, that's basically nothing. That's basically nothing. Oh, my God. All right, so Bald Gamer says, do you think the 3080 Ti is worth the price? If you can get it at MSRP at this point, yeah. In a normal market, I'd say no, but it is what it is. I'm going to be trying my hardest to get one because I just simply do not need a 3090. 3090 is ridiculous. I do not need 24 gigabytes of VRAM. It's super overpriced. It's ridiculous. So if I could get a 3080 Ti near MSRP, that's gonna be what I'm trying to do. J. Steve says 250 cards is like one miner's basement worth. They probably did get bought by like 1 or 2 people. A Bug says, in Maritime, if you go back a little bit, he said what to use, but there are channels out there with videos on that specifically. What did Maritime say? I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it. I don't know. All right, we got DJ, geez, says, when do you think 1660 Super will be back below $400? When the mining market slows down. That's when is that going to happen? I don't know. I'll tell you this. I'm pretty confident that cards are going to get a little easier to acquire over the next 2 to 3 months. But as for when mining's going to die down, I don't know. Like, there's too many factors at play. And if someone tells you they know for sure, they're either lying to themselves or they're lying to you, because there's just no way that they could possibly know. It's too all over the place. Oh, he was asking what bots to use and watch the sites and drops. So yeah, I get sponsored by this company, by the way, but I have literally had good luck with them. Not just because they sponsored me. I've had good luck getting cards with them. I'd try BroBot. I'd join them on either Discord or Telegram. Tell them I sent you. And then on top of that, any Amazon links that they send, I almost wouldn't even bother clicking on them because Amazon doesn't have any bot protection, so they're just gone instantly. But if you see stuff coming from like Best Buy or you see stuff from Newegg, you might actually have a chance. But yeah, Amazon's like, yikes, it's hard to get anything from Amazon. Internet user says tempted to buy a pre-built for a GPU at this point. If you can find like a pre-built 3080 system for close to $2,000, it's actually worth it. Because if you don't like the motherboard or whatever, just swap the motherboard out. Now remember, that may require you getting a new Windows license. But if you hate the motherboard, you can just buy a pre-built, swap the motherboard out, or buy new RAM or whatever, and that pretty much does you. Yeah, JST says one-click purchase on Amazon makes it scalper's paradise. Yeah, I don't even know why any bots track Amazon. It's your chance of getting something on Amazon is 0. There's no chance at all. You are literally competing with like subhuman speeds, or superhuman speeds, subhuman. All right. Let's see. JST says just buy a $15 Windows license, not a big deal. Yeah, you could do that. All right, let's see. Grant Cookie says, cool, thank you. My fair game Amazon bot has not gotten anything in days. Yeah, it's Amazon. You're not getting anything. It's totally bots paradise. Like, not bots that tell you stuff's in stock. Like, bots that instantly buy stuff. All right. Neon says, I bought a pre-built 3080 in September because I couldn't get one that morning. So glad I did. Ended up selling the pre-built for more with a 2060. Jeez, yeah. SH says 4000 series waiting room. Yeah, I mean, by the time stuff's like readily available, we are going to be looking at rumors at RTX 4000. Like, at this point, even if it's only 3 months from now, in 3 months, you're like halfway through the GPU cycle. You're talking, what, 9-10 months through the GPU cycle? That's halfway. So at that point, typically next-gen rumors start popping up. Yeah. John Stark said, should I wait for the 3080 Ti? So here's my thoughts on that. If you have the chance to buy a 3080 right now on your MSRP, just buy it. But you might as well wait at this point. I mean, it's not necessarily worth it over a 3080, but I get you might as well wait. You might as well. Because if you've got the budget for that, go for it. Now we got $5 super chat from Bugs. Thank you so much. He says, thanks for answering my questions, man. Thanks for keeping us up to date, and have a good day, brother. Yeah, well, thank you again for the $5. If you want to get added to the Discord, get a hold of me afterwards, and I will send you a link to the Discord. Which, by the way, for anyone watching right now, if you don't know, if you want to get into the Discord, best way to do that, just send a super chat or join on Patreon, and then get a hold of me. Then I'll get you a link to the Discord. All right, another super chat from Ryu Zensky. Thank you for the $2. He says, which tech tuber would you challenge to a rap battle? Well, I'd be terrible at it. I'd challenge Linus because that would get a lot of views. But he wouldn't respond, so... yeah, I would be terrible. I think we'd equally be terrible, though. That's why it'd be a good matchup. But yeah, thank you for the $2. Again, if you want to get added to the Discord, just get a hold of me afterwards, and I will send you a link. All right. Unjust Hero says, do you think stock will get any better soon for GPU? Yeah, I think it will. Who is it? AMD just won some major... I made a video about this yesterday, so if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. But AMD just won some 5nm, or not one, but they bought some 5nm and 7nm wafers and more allocation from TSMC recently. That doesn't take too long to go into effect. And then on top of that, supposedly NVIDIA is trying to make more GPUs as well. So some of that stuff should go into effect soon. It kind of depends on the mining situation, though. But also people should be going back to work and stuff, so that should help. JST says it's not going to get better till 2022. I think it will. I think it'll get better sooner than that. It's not going to be like you can just buy stuff whenever you want. In that case, yeah, it's going to be like 2022. You can't just... This whole year, I don't see you being able to just go on a site and having things available all the time like the 5800X is. 3080s are just simply going to be hard to buy until next year at the least. But in terms of like, will you actually be able to have a chance to buy them? Yeah, you might actually have a chance to buy them in the next 2 to 3 months. Would be my guess. And not a chance by like you have 1 second. I mean, like you might actually have a few minutes. But we'll see. Ben Genjin says, hey, I just got here. What is the conclusion? So the conclusion is the 3080 Ti really isn't that much better than the 3080. It's not really worth it, but you probably should wait for it at this point. I mean, like if you can buy a 3080 or 3070, just buy it if you can get it near MSRP, but you might as well wait for the 3080 Ti. And honestly, if you can get it near MSRP in this market right now, it's worth it. So... Eno or Diz says 3070 Ti. When do you think it's coming out? That's what I'm waiting for. At least 3 months, maybe 6 months. But again, you gotta remember, it may not be possible. It like may not actually come out. We'll see. And then we got someone in the Discord here. Muhammad says, hello, YouTube. All right. And then Florman5 says, I hope to get a graphics card on the launch on the 18th or through Linus Tech Tips only gamers store. You know, I like that Linus is doing that. It's nice that he's trying to get cards to gamers, but we're talking about 200 cards here. So for me, this is like, I don't want to be mean, but this is kind of a marketing move for Linus. I mean, by doing this, he's going to get a ton of views and people to subscribe. And I mean, he was pushing subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you watch every single video to maybe get a chance. So realistically, you're competing with millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people to get a chance at like 200 cards. So again, it's a nice thing to do. I like the idea, but yeah, it's kind of like winning the lottery. Now, if Linus came out and was like, I have 100,000 cards, then I'd be like, awesome, this is awesome. But like realistically, this just kind of seems like a marketing move to me. And again, it's nice that he's doing it, but he's gaining a lot more than anyone else is gaining, I'll tell you that much. Blackberry says Linus doesn't care about gamers. I think he does. It's just that he can't realistically make a dent with 200 cards. It's just not, it's not going to achieve anything. If you win one, though, awesome. You mean, that would be awesome. Patrick says, what do you think the 3080 Ti Asus Strix MSRP will be? I think it's going to be $1,200 to $1,400. Easily. Is it worth it to pay so much more money for a 10% performance increase? No, it is not. It's not. But if you want something, that's what you got. All right, we got a super chat coming in from Family Gaming with Karthbet. Thank you for the £5. He says, here. Yeah, well, thank you so much for the £5. If you want to get added to the Discord, just get a hold of me after the show, and I'll get you a link. All right. Tech Blazer says, giveaways are for self-promotion, and this is just a big giveaway. Yeah, giveaways are mostly like people don't do giveaways to like benefit other people necessarily. Like giveaways, like basically people sit down, they do the math, and they say, okay, if we can give away this much product, but we gain that, like it's a cost benefit analysis. It benefits them far more than it benefits other people. There may be some people who get it and it's awesome, and then that's good marketing as well. But realistically, yeah, if you're talking like one product or even 200 products, it just doesn't matter when you've got hundreds of thousands of people who are in desperate need of it. So, and not desperate need is maybe the wrong word, who desperately want it. So, yeah, it's marketing, but I mean, it doesn't make it a bad thing. It's still nice, you know. Mutant Hippo says, how much do you think the 3050 will cost? So if the 3060 is coming in at $330 and they have no incentive to lower prices, I would guess 3050 Ti $280, 3050 like $230, something like that, maybe 200. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be stupid expensive. But so is everything right now. All right, what Sato says, what do you think when the 3050 will be released? Well, after the 3050 Ti. So it's going to be, I'd say like 6 months. It's going to be a while. And we got a super chat from Daniel Pokorny. Thank you for the $5. He says, an RTX 3070, 3080, and 3090 walk into a room. None come out. Well, thank you for the $5, Daniel. And if you want to get added to the Discord, again, get a hold of me via Twitter or my email after this live stream, and I will get you a private link. All right. Bug says, lol, I paid $230 for my 1660 Ti, and now it's going for $400 plus. Yeah, that's ridiculous. JC says, they walk into a room, they become mining cards. Task says, I wish I had a GPU replacement to sell my Vega right now. Yeah, I know that feels. Gosh, those cards are so expensive right now. It's ridiculous. Neon says, I sold my Vega in December for $350. Now it's $750. Oh, man. That is ridiculous. All right, this is a good question. Caesar M says, will mining limiter on the 3080 Ti work? So if you don't know, it looks like NVIDIA is going to be trying to limit the mining on the 3080 Ti as well, and it could work. Sorry, I got an itch. Jeez, okay. But it really depends. So the mining limiter on the 3060, from what I gathered, really didn't work at all because it basically only limited the mining for Ethereum. That's not that helpful. There's a lot of other coins out there that can be mined. On top of that, will the locks on it work? I don't know. Is selling mining cards really a good idea? Probably not. They probably just shouldn't sell mining cards to miners at all, and just tell them to basically go pound sand. But they're doing it. At least a lot of them are Turing, so at least they're doing that. But they realistically really need to throw display ports on these cards because that's just a shame. But in any case, will the mining limiter work on the 3080 Ti? It depends. If they only lock Ethereum, no. If they lock Ethereum and every single other coin, it might kind of work. Assuming someone doesn't break the locks or find someone else or socially bribe someone to get them the code. It's hard to say. It might work for a while if they do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if eventually someone broke it. So we'll see. Leonard Walsh says, we should just buy everything on the market and sell it for 200% premium and then use profits to buy a GPU. Oh, geez. Florman5 says, I'm actually happy that the limiter didn't work, as at least in a couple of years' time, we'll have loads of cheap GPUs. Well, I think that's kind of I wouldn't agree with that, because if the limiter worked, you'd just have the cards now. So, it's not good for them to end up in the hands of miners, because that doesn't help anyone. And in my opinion, mining is a huge waste of electricity. It's a huge waste of time as well. I think the idea of Bitcoin it's a decent idea. I just think its current execution is not really working that well. I don't know. It seems like people don't really believe in Bitcoin as a currency. They just believe in Bitcoin and other coins as a way to make a quick buck. I don't see it becoming a main currency, and I think it's a waste of power. So I don't know. I don't see, like, there's no good outcome for miners having cards, in my opinion, because yes, they'll flood the used market later, but if NVIDIA was selling this many cards directly to gamers, they would still flood the used market later. So it's a waste of electricity and time, as TKL said. Tirthankar Nath says, will Ethereum crash anytime soon? Hard to say. It's at a super high price right now. It keeps going all over the place. It's super volatile. There's so many factors at play that nobody can really tell you when or if that'll happen. AP says, I have a huge problem with companies trying to limit what someone can do with their personal purchases. Well, see, I would agree with you if they were going back and doing that to their past cards, but the thing is, they're not limiting. Okay, so here's the thing. With the 3060, it was never advertised or said that it would be able to mine on. It is a gaming card, and they were advertising it as a gaming card. They at no point advertised it as a product that could mine on, and everyone knew that that wasn't the case. So in that case, I don't have a problem with it at all. Now, if they went back to the 3080 and the 3070 and tried to lock them down after the fact, or started locking them down in the factory, then yes, I've got a problem with that, because those were cards that could do something and then they took it away essentially. They would have to at the very least change the SKU name and advertise that it can no longer do that. So I get where you're coming from, but personally, I don't care at all. I really don't care if they lock down mining on the future cards going forward. I don't care if they lock every single coin. In fact, good. I hope they lock down every single coin on every single card that comes out from now on. I hope they replace all their cards and there's no more mining on GeForce GPUs. I'd love for that to happen. And as long as they advertise it as such, it's not, there's nobody could sue them for it. There's no problem with them doing that. So that's the way I see it. All right, we got a super chat coming in from Ryu Zensky. Thank you for the $2. What are your favorite bands and genres? I haven't really been listening to music that much, recently. I kind of like, classic rock. I kind of like some rap. It depends on the artist. Like, there's a lot of rap artists that I really don't like, but there's a few. There's quite a bit. Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing I don't like. I don't like country. I just don't. There's very few country songs I like. Very few. But thank you for the $2, Ryan Zensky. If you want to get added to the Discord, get a hold of me after the show, and I'll get you a private link. Neon says, when Bitcoin breaks its old all-time high, it takes like 9 months till it has a major 40% plus crash and past cycles. So I wouldn't expect crypto to crash for at least later this year. We will see though. Well, I would, if things were normal times, I'd kind of agree with you, Neon. But the thing is not only are the economies around the world all jacked up and prices are going all over the place with the currencies, but on top of that, like, there's companies who have invested in Bitcoin this time around, which is very bizarre. So it's really hard to say. I have no idea. It could literally crash tomorrow to like $0, because like the world governments could come together and say, we're making our own coin and we do not support this for purchasing anything. And it could crash to like basically $0. Or it could suddenly skyrocket. Like it could literally, anything could happen at this point. And I don't think there's any way of telling. Ryazensky says extra money because country is trash. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but oh my gosh. Well, thank you for the $2 once again. All right, and then we got 40. Hold on, is this Brazilian real or is this Indian rupee? I think this is Indian rupee, yeah. So 40 Indian rupee, thank you so much, Danish Kumar. He says, why miners aren't going for mining-specific GPUs? Well, the reason why they don't want the mining-specific GPUs, and it makes a lot of sense, is that they don't have display outs on it. So they don't have display ports, they don't have HDMIs, and that's a huge shame for two reasons. One, miners aren't buying them now. So if you're gonna sell stuff to miners, then make it appealing to them. And two, if they do buy them, now it's really hard to use them. So gamers aren't going to want to buy them on the used market. They're going to be super cheap, and NVIDIA won't have to compete with the used market. So really, this only benefits NVIDIA, and that's the bad thing. That's the thing I don't like about their mining initiative. I like the cryptocurrency limiting. I wish they could limit all of it. I'd love to see if they do that. I don't like that they're selling mining cards to miners, and I really don't like that they're not putting DisplayPort outs on it, because if you're going to do it, sell it to them with displays on them. So that's why. But thank you for the 40 Indian rupee, and if you want to get added to the Discord, get a hold of me after the show. I'll send you a private link. All right. And so, by the way, everyone who's watching right now, if you didn't hear earlier, I did start a second channel, by the way. Here's a link if you want to see it. If you want to get tech memes in your feed, you want to have something actually like funny and good in your news feeds, go ahead and click that link. Go subscribe. We're at about 150 160 subscribers right now. Yeah, 160. So let's try and get to 200 subscribers right now. I already got my first video live on there, so you can go ahead and watch that after the stream is done. And then I'll have another video going live on Tuesday, one on Thursday, and then there should be one next weekend as well. So there should be 2 to 3 videos going live on this channel a week. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my current upload schedule on this channel whatsoever. All right, and then we got another super chat coming in from Changa. Thank you for the $5. He says, what's the point of not getting GPUs to gamers? The product is going to sell anyway. One extra captcha could fix it. Yeah, I think they just don't want to put in the work, to be honest with you. Because, yeah, there's literally no benefit to selling cards to miners. There's none. Other than if a distributor is selling pallets to a miner, they may be able to get a higher price than what they could sell to a retailer, or a retailer could get a higher price than what they could sell to a consumer. So in that case, if you can sell pallets of cards to miners, it actually does make sense from a profitability standpoint, from how they view it, because they only care about money. You got to remember that. So that's why. But from like NVIDIA or AMD's perspective, it doesn't help to sell to miners. In fact, it hurts them. And for a lot of retailers, it also can hurt them, because if you're a retailer, for example, you can sell a card to a gamer and then they might buy a whole bunch of other stuff from you, and they might keep coming back if they've never shopped with you before, if they had a good experience. And with NVIDIA and AMD, if they sell you a card and you like them, let's say AMD you're an NVIDIA guy, you've never bought an AMD card. If AMD sells you a card and you have a good experience with their card and you got it for a good price, you're more willing to go back to them next time, making you a long-term customer. So in a lot of ways, it makes a lot more sense to sell right to gamers who are going to be consumers who stick around and are going to be loyal consumers who buy from you over and over and over again, and might even buy different products. So realistically, yes, they should be selling them all to gamers. It makes more sense to do it that way, but there's a lot of profiteering going on right now, and frankly, it just takes work and money and time to put in stuff to stop these bots, and a lot of people just don't want to do it. I mean, take a look at Amazon. They're doing basically nothing. So I think Best Buy is probably doing the best job, in my opinion. They seem to be doing pretty decent. And TRC4 says, I subscribe to that. Well, thank you, TRC4. Yeah, again, I'll throw a link in the chat if you haven't subscribed to that new channel. There it is in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe to the second channel. Let's try and get it to 200 subscribers. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see, we already got to 176 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you, everyone, so much who subscribed to the second channel. AP says Linus did a video on gaming on a mining card. It is possible, but it seems like NVIDIA's trying to lock it down. Family Gaming with Karthbet, thank you for the £2. He says, let's talk gaming. What's your favorite genre? So I'd say my favorite genre first would be like RPGs, like classic RPGs. I'd say like I'd say maybe Dragon Age Origins. I'm really enjoying Baldur's Gate 3 right now. That type of like the D&D RPG, that sort of stuff. So I really like those. My second favorite genre would probably be FPS. I do enjoy having like a little bit of a competitive shooter every now and then. So that's for me. El Barbudo 123 says 12 gigabytes enough for 4K for the next 2 to 3 years. I think so. For the most part, it should be. Lady Lex 911 says, what GP is good for gaming and streaming in one? I think you're talking about graphics processor. In that case, really, a lot of them will do the job, but it depends on the games you're playing. So if you're playing like a AAA brand new game, I mean, the faster the card, the better. But they should all have a fairly similar performance in terms of like the streaming decoding. I think as you go up the stack, it does get a little bit better. I'd have to check on that again. But they're all very competent. I know that. Like all the Turing and up cards have very good video encoders. So hopefully that helps. Lucas Huning says Baldur's Gate 3 is awesome. Yeah, I mean it's been really good so far. I mean, I think this is when it comes out, it's going to be like game of the year for me. I've been having a really fun time with it. I'm taking a break right now. I played through it twice, and when I say I played through it twice, it's in early access, so you only have access to a third of the game so far. But yeah, it's that third of the game has been honestly fantastic. Lady Lex says Warzone graphics card. Warzone graphics card. I think you should be fine with like a 3070 and up, but it depends on your resolution. Like, are you playing 1080p, 1440p, 4K? Really depends. 4K, I'd say like 3080, 3090, 1440p, 3070, 3080, 3060 Ti should all do you fine. And then for like 1080p, really 3060 and up, anything's fine. TRC4 says, do you think this RX 6700 XT will be a good buy, and how will it stack up to the 3060 Ti and 3070? The 6700 XT, you know what the funny thing is if you're using an older CPU or you're playing at a lower resolution, it's probably going to be faster than the 3070. If you got a brand new CPU and you're playing 4K, the 3070 will likely on average be faster. So realistically, on average, it's probably going to be between 3060 Ti and 3070. It's going to really depend on your hardware and resolution, but it should be pretty good. It's probably going to mostly be just under a 3070. All right, we got another super chat coming in from Ryu Zensky. Thank you for the $2. If 3080 is so good, why is there no 3082? Well, we're waiting for RTX 4000 series. That'd be why. AP says get a 2050 Ti from Wish for Warzone. Braho says, when do you think the next restock will be? I never stop believing that you answer sometimes. Well, they happen every week. You just gotta watch. If you're on a bot or something, they'll tell you like restock, go here now or whatever, you know. All right, so we got 100 Indian rupee from Danish Kumar. Thank you so much. He says, I'm just using hard drive without SSD due to budget. I heard about SSD caching. Is it worth it? Please tell me about pros and cons from India. Yeah, here's what I'll say. Any SSD you can get in your system, do it. If you can replace your hard drives, replace them with SSDs. If you can get PCIe SSDs, great. If you can only get regular SSDs, great. If you can only afford an SSD for your main boot drive, great. Any SSD you can get in your system is going to be an insane, massive increase in the speed of your whole system. It's going to be like the biggest upgrade you could possibly make. So yeah, I would recommend any SSD you can get your hands on. Just do it. Like, honestly, even if it's a super cheap SSD, just get anything you can. It's a huge upgrade, the biggest upgrade you'll probably ever make. So yeah, thank you for that, and hopefully that does help you. All right, Bajo 647 says, I live in Germany. Last 3080 Founders Edition restock was 34 days ago. Oof. Flip says, when do you think the 3080 Ti will come out? I think April 18th they'll announce it. That's my guess. I'm pretty sure. Integree says, I subbed while pooping. That awesome. I think it'll be April 18th, though. Plus or minus a couple days. FSL says AMD's best price to performance. For gaming specifically, I would agree with you. Typically. How much should we pay for 6700 XT when it comes out? No more than $550, I would say. Vasanth Kumar says, where do you get these kind of leaks? So I know some people, a lot of the stuff I just get from other people who like are in the same tech sphere as me. Like Red Gaming Tech will leak some stuff. Sometimes Not an Apple Fan will leak some stuff. Video Cards will leak some stuff. People on Twitter. I do have some people who I know who work at places or contact me via email, though, too, as well. But typically most of the stuff kind of trickles down just through the whole tech community. V11 says, screw the TI, just get whatever GPU you can get without getting ripped off. I can agree with that. All right. Turthanker Nath says, R5 5600X worth upgrading from 3600. Nah, not really. I mean, if it's holding you back, sure. But, I mean, it's an expensive processor. Aeon Khan says, will both NVIDIA and AMD make non-RTX GPUs for $100 to $250? I don't know about NVIDIA. Like, they may not make cheap GPUs this time. There seems to be like no incentive to do it. Jeremy McGinnis says, so many other channels are going to have titles like 3080 Ti release date confirmed because of you. Should we try and bait them? Should we do here's what I'll say, let's just get them to clip stuff out of context and be like, exclusive 3080 Ti, it's gonna be releasing on April 18th. I got this from my sources. I didn't get that from any sources. It's a guess. All right, Logi says, sorry I'm late. TLDR, is it worth waiting for a 3080 Ti? Yes and no. Like, if you can get a card right now, just get it. Get anything you can get at any price. Or not at any price, at any price near MSRP. But, like, you might as well wait and see if you can get one. Floorman5 says, source, trust me, bro. Yeah. Ibrahim says, what GPU would you recommend for deep learning PC build in current situation? Deep learning. Basically anything with tensor cores, I guess. So anything you can get with a tensor core. Anything. 30 series, I would say it'd probably be better as well. 3090 is too underwhelming for the price performance ratio. Can't wait for 3080 Ti bench. Yeah, I'm actually, I shouldn't even be excited for the 3080 Ti because it's not good price to performance, but like, considering how things are right now, I'm excited for the 3080 Ti. Will RTX IO reduce VRAM requirements? Probably not. It might just make things load faster. AP says, I just got an 850 for a 3080 when I can get one. Oh, you got $850 for 3080. Hopefully you can find something for that or less. I mean, gosh. Let's see. NVLink in 3080 Ti, any guess? No. No NVLink. There will not be NVLink. I'm pretty sure anyway. I mean, like, I would be shocked if it had an NVLink. Dane says you can most likely overclock 3080 Ti performance easily. Only thing missing is 2 extra gigs of VRAM. You'll be able to get really close, but at the same time, the 3080 Ti should overclock very well as well at the same time. So the 3080 Ti may be the best overclocking model in the entire lineup, simply because it's gonna have lower clocks out of the box likely. The GDDR6X is gonna be able to overclock like mad, almost guaranteed, unless they decide to just get like some garbage bin G6X. So you'll be able to, and then you got to remember, it's also going to come with a resizable bar out of the box. So that'll give it a performance gain as well that you just won't have to flash onto, which is nice. Let's see. JC says also using SSD as a cache can have implementations for longevity of SSD. I mean, realistically, most SSDs can survive 200 to 800 terabytes. SSDs, man, I have hung on to SSDs for years and years and years and years and not have them break. So I kind of like Samsung's SSDs because they come with really good warranties. I one time had a SSD fail on me for, I don't know why. It just suddenly failed. It was like right away it failed. And I had them replace it, no problem. JB says chicken or beef. Chicken's better for you, but beef sometimes tastes better. Suggestions for SSD brands. If you're on a budget, just buy basically anything that's cheap. That's the cheapest price to performance. But my favorite brand is Samsung. They have good warranties and they make pretty good stuff. Captain Cucumber says this chat looks really sophisticated. Well, so does your name, Captain Cucumber. By the way, I just ordered a new desk, so I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but I've had this desk for a long time. It's a little janky. I don't know if you know who Hardgy is over on YouTube, but he was like going to do a roast of my setup on my desk because it's just a mess. So yeah, I'm getting a new desk. Hopefully it's good. It's getting here Tuesday because like my monitor stand is like kind of dangling off my desk. So yeah, that's not good. I should have done a. I remember when everyone helped fund my. Everyone was really awesome and helped fund my chair. I should have done a help fund me buy a new desk, but at this point, I guess I already bought it. So that was great. Everyone who put in for the chair a little while ago, that was awesome. Thank you, everyone who did that. I got this awesome chair because everyone did super chats, and it's a fantastic chair. Best chair I've ever had, honestly. All right, we got $5 super chat from Ryu Zensky. Thank you for the $5. He says, what's the hardest part about being a YouTuber? Do you get burnt out? Memes aside, I love your channel, appreciate the work. I'd say the hardest part about being a YouTuber is that you need to make your own schedule and you need to stick to it and you need to do it every time. And sometimes in this specific stuff that I do, you have to like do a lot of research to come up with the topic that you want to do. And it takes a lot more work than you might think. And so it takes a lot of discipline and it takes a lot more work than a lot of people think. I know people think like, oh, you just turn on the camera and you do it, but there's a lot of work that goes behind it. There's a big investment up front, getting the various different lights I have, getting the soundproofing behind me, buying the microphone, buying the hardware that I need to render things, purchasing all the Adobe programs, learning how to use the Adobe programs, editing in Premiere Pro, editing in Photoshop, learning how to do SEO. So there's a lot more work behind making videos than a lot of people know about. And if you just turn on the camera and record something and put it up, you're not going to get any views and people aren't going to like it. So it's like people think that, oh, I can just turn on the camera and I won't have to work because it's so much easier, but it's really not easier than working a regular job. And the other thing is you don't get days off. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm just not going to upload today. You'd be like, oh, it's Christmas, I'm not going to upload today. If your schedule is you're supposed to upload today, maybe you can upload it a day earlier or one day late, but you really got to stick to your schedule. Like, you got to treat it like it is a job in some ways, in terms of when you have work, you go to work. That said, I do enjoy it far more. This is what I want to do, and I certainly would not do anything else. But it is like, yeah, there are a lot of downsides, and I would say the biggest thing about YouTube that makes people nervous is you don't know what's going to happen. YouTube can pull the rug under from you and suddenly you lose monetization. That happened to me for 3 weeks one time a while back, where I suddenly just wasn't getting paid for my videos because of a bug in YouTube, literally because of a bug. And they're like, oops, we just fixed it. But it took me 3 weeks to get them to fix it. On top of that, YouTube could suddenly go under. Views can be up and down. So it's like, man, it's you just gotta like have faith in what you're doing and keep at it. So yeah, ad revenue can be all over the place. So everyone who sends a super chat or supports on Patreon, and everyone who just watches the video and likes my videos, thank you so much, because like without the viewers and without all the support, it's something that just obviously I couldn't be doing without all you guys' help. So and if there's a lot of small channels out there like myself where like every time you watch the video and you like the video and you comment on the video or you share it with friends, it helps a ton. So thank you everyone so much for helping channels like mine, or helping channels like Good Old Gamer, or Paul from Not an Apple Fan. All these smaller channels, we really can use your guys' help, and so it's awesome that you guys are here watching and donating and supporting on Patreon. Anything that you do is a huge help. So. Because it can, if you like don't have faith in what you're doing and you don't stick to the schedule, and you it can get stressful, like, because you're like, oh shoot, my views weren't as good as on the last video, and you're like, oh my god. Thank you for the super chat, Family Gaming with Karthbet. He donated £2. I feel your pain. Mine is editing. Keep it up, mate. Yeah, editing can be stressful as well, especially if you're under a time crunch. It's a lot of work, and it does take a lot of work to learn how to do it good. But saying all that, even though just like any job, YouTube can get stressful or whatever, I do really enjoy making these videos. So I'm just gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep doing it no matter what. So so get ready, baby. There's videos coming. All right, let's see. In your opinion, is it worth buying a mini ITX case with 3.0 cable? I'm not a huge fan of mini ITX cases. I kind of just like them as big as possible, but that's just me. But yeah, speaking of videos, there'll be another video coming out tomorrow, as always, by the way. So if you are watching this and you're not subscribed for whatever reason, yeah, make sure you're subscribed. And if you are subscribed and you haven't hit the bell icon, do a favor for me. This is like a huge, awesome thank you if you do this. Not only hit the bell icon, but hit the bell icon and do enable for everything. Like click the bell icon and then do and notify me for everything that I do, because that makes sure that you always see the stuff that I upload. So it's a huge help, and it allows you to have control over what you see if you don't want YouTube deciding what you want to see. So that's awesome for everyone who hits the bell icon. That's awesome. Let's get 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 scrabblers. Yeah, let's go for it, Oregon. That is my goal this year. Let's see if we can hit 100,000 subscribers. That'd be awesome. Lady Lex says, what companies are worth buying pre-built PCs from? Anyone who can get you the best hardware for the cheapest price. That's what I think. I think they can all make mistakes. So if you do buy a pre-built, just open it up, check to make sure all the cables are fully connected, check the SATA cables, check the power cables, check the power to the all the power supply cables coming out of the power supply, as well as the power cables going into the motherboard. Because every once in a while they do make a mistake, they don't fully put something in. So what GPU would you is going to be, hold on, which GPU would you recommend for 4K 60 FPS gaming? I'd say 3070 is like plenty fine for that. Is 3080 Ti all real? Yeah, 3080 Ti is real. It's real and it's coming, baby. Get ready. It's coming whether you want it or not. Please do a chair spin. All right, I'll do one of those. There you go. Month, right, for 3080 Ti? Yeah, it'll be coming out next month. That's the current plans right now. That's what I'm hearing, is next month 3080 Ti. So all right, and then when will be launched at 3070 Ti? I've talked about this before, but it's at least 3 months out. It could be even longer. So assuming it launches, I don't even have firm confirmation that they're still launching it yet. Then we got 10 pounds from Family Gaming with Karthbet. Thank you so much for the super chat. It helps a ton. I had to for chair spin. Well, thank you so much for the 10 pounds. I'll make you guys a deal. For every super chat, I'll do a chair spin. How's that sound? We got how many computers have you built? / how long have you been interested in the industry? I've built a lot of computers. Easily, I've torn apart and built well over 100 computers, easily. I've been interested in technology for over a decade, easily. So I've been doing a lot. What got you into tech? I think it actually started. The earliest I remember is that it was like a long time ago. I was like using my dad's computer to play a game I shouldn't have been playing. I think it was like Far Cry or something. And that's when I realized that I really liked PC gaming. I think it was like Far Cry 2. So that's kind of what started it. And then I decided a few years after that, like I tried playing on the Xbox for a while, and then it started getting old and I didn't like it. So then I started, building computers. So that's kind of what started it. KZYT Production says, what do you think, should I go for 3060 Ti for 1080 144 Hz gaming, or is 2060 enough? 2060 will get you by. 3060 Ti, I'm sure it'll be an improved experience, but you probably don't need it if you're willing to reduce some graphics settings here or there. Do you know anything about 3070 Super or 3080 Super? If there is going to be a Super refresh, it's not going to be for a while. We're talking probably 6 months. So we'll see. It makes sense for NVIDIA to replace or refresh all of their products right now, though, because that allows them to do two things that they really should be doing. One, it allows them to block mining on their cards, or at least block just the Ethereum mining so they can use it as PR. 2, it allows them to also enable resizable bar on all new GPUs coming out of the factory. So makes sense, and they probably should do it. So all the cards will eventually get replaced by something, whether that's a 3070 Ti or whether it's a Super. Everything's going to get replaced that was originally launched. Selling 330. Hold on. What was the hardest build for you? There's one time I built a computer with only zip ties. I think that was the hardest one I did. It was no screws. Not a single screw was used. All zip ties. That includes the cooler mounting, by the way. The cooler was held in by zip ties. Is resizable bar coming to 3080? You will be able to eventually flash it on, yeah. Flormand5 says, can't they just block mining with the driver update? So no, they can't do that for 2 reasons. 1, it won't really work. It won't. It'll be super easy to get around because it doesn't make that secure handshake with the VBIOS as well. And 2, they can't do that because they could get sued. Someone could, I don't know if they'd win, but they could at least try and sue NVIDIA for doing that because it was able to do something and then they tried to take it away. So you can't really do that. Oregon says, do you buy and flip PCs on your spare time? No, I don't have time for that. Between making videos on this channel and then now making them on the second channel and dealing with ad companies takes a long time. Like the back and forth of, oh my gosh, that's probably, you want to talk about the worst part about making videos? The making videos is great. Talking to ad companies is horrible. Like just getting them to agree to things and then going back and forth and them trying to force you to say stuff and you're like, no, I'm not saying that. It's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, second channel. If you haven't subscribed to the second channel, if you want tech memes, here it is. There, it's in the chat. Go subscribe right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can hit 200 subscribers. Let's see if we can do it, baby. We're at 187. We only need 13 more subscribers. Also, when you subscribe to this channel, hit that bell icon. Destroy the bell icon. Slap it. Let's see. See if we can hit 200. We're at 187, 193. We only need 7 more. Let's see if we can do it. 195, 196, 199. 200. There we go. Awesome. Thank you everyone so much. We got 200 subscribers now on the Epic Funny Time channel. I love the name because it's so dumb that it makes me giggle. Like, it's the worst name you could think of, and it makes me giggle. I love it. Well, let's shoot for 250 now. Let's see. If you're not subscribed, let's hit 250 now. Let's see if we can do it. I should have like a counter going. We're at 205. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can make it up. 206. 207. We're going, baby. We're going to the moon. To the moon. Let's see what we're at now. 209. We're making headroom. We're getting close to 250. Erican Carrillo says, what's Silicon Lottery? Silicon Lottery is basically like every single piece of silicon that comes out is different, and some of them are a little better and some of them are a little worse. So if you get a good card that clocks really well, they call that winning the Silicon Lottery. All right, we got a super chat from Joe M. Thank you for the $5. That's really awesome. He says, I used to hate your intro, but they've grown on me. Thank you for the well thought out and informative videos. Never change, Mr. Challenge. Well, thank you for the $5. If you do want to get added to the Discord, just get a hold of me after the live stream ends and I'll send you a private link. But I'm glad it's grown on you. Let's go ahead and check the second channel. Where are we at? 214. All right, we're making headroom. I'll send it in the chat again. Let's see if we can hit 250. We're making way, baby. We're at 214. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, hit subscribe to that second channel there, and hit that bell icon. Spooderman. It's a ridiculous name. It says, I love the intros. Well, thank you. Oregon Duck says, you must get really lightheaded. You have to do like 7 takes of the intro. No, but there's 2 different times where like I did hurt my neck doing it. Your channel name is perfect for the GPU shortages. I agree, Jesse. I agree. Are you mining? I'm actually not. Last time I did a little bit, but I'm not interested in, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like if you got it, you might as well, but I don't know. I'm not interested. Listen, if you're making $300 a day, then we can talk. then I'll start mining. But Poop Pool says congrats on 60,000. Lol, love the spin intros. Did we just hit 60,000? I better check. Let's check. Oh, we're almost at 60,000. Well, if you're not subscribed to this channel right now and you're watching, subscribe and hit that bell icon, because let's see if we can hit 60,000 on the main channel as well. And then looking here at the second channel, we're already up to 217 subscribers. That's a huge increase. We were at 120 before this live stream started. So thank you everyone who subscribed to the second channel. Again, if you haven't subscribed, there's the link. It's just meme videos on technology, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. There'll be another one going up Tuesday, so there's already one video on there. All right, Bo Bolo says, in your opinion, how the 6700 XT will perform in production works like Blender or DaVinci, because I understand the card is very optimized for gaming performance. Yeah, it's not going to be as good as an NVIDIA card for like workstation type stuff. And in fact, I can't even use Radeon cards right now because when I tested the 6800 XT, I don't know if things have changed since then, but I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that. It just didn't work with GPU acceleration in Premiere, and that's just, I can't use it then. So that's unfortunate. So I can't use AMD cards, and I really want to. I would love to use an AMD card, but I just can't. When does your cat make an intro? Yeah, I should bring him in here one day, and he'd be like, he'd be freaking out if I spun around with him. Jesse Poor says, I don't usually judge channels based on subs, but just today I realized that you had 60K. Don't get me wrong, 60K is a lot, but the quality of videos make you seem like you have at least 1 million. Well, thank you for that. Well, let's see if we can hit 100,000. I'm glad that you like the quality, though. I have spent a lot of time working on that to try and make it as good as I can. So I've thought about a lot of stuff. I got the sound panels behind me to make the sound as good as possible. I have 3-point lighting going on so that the lighting is as good as it should be. I've adjusted my microphone. I do a lot of cuts to try and make the videos as good as they can. I do a lot of B-roll because I want the videos to be entertaining and informative. So I'm trying my best to make it as good as I can with the equipment that I have. So, and to be honest with you, lights, they're not too bad. You can, for like 200 some bucks, you can get a decent 3-point lighting setup. It's not that bad. It's definitely a must. If you're doing YouTube channels, get 3-point lighting. That's my advice. I've also invested in, like right now I'm just using a webcam, but for my videos I use a pretty nice Canon camera. It's an affordable one. It's not like super expensive, but you know, 1080p 60 frames a second, it's raw footage, it does good. So I like the quality of the video how it is now. Eventually, if I continue to grow, I will get a slightly better camera. But for now, I think it's looking pretty good, so I'm glad that you are enjoying it. Linus Tech Tick collab in the future. I don't think LTT would even collab with like a 1 million subscriber channel. He's so big and he has so much going on. Like, he just doesn't even have time to do collabs, I don't think. But maybe with another channel, possibly. My favorite is, oh, I love this. When Keith from WCCF Tech drops in on, like, PC World or... who else was it? Gamers Nexus. He like totally just like came in from the back. And what was it? It was like during one of the trade shows or something. He just like popped up, and then at one of the PC World things, they just had him join in on the podcast they're doing. It was awesome. That was funny though. He just like pops up. How will the 3080 Ti compare to the 3090? It's going to be so close it won't matter. There will be almost no difference at all between the two. Crispy57 says he apparently had time to play Star Citizen with a smaller YouTuber. Huh, I never saw that. What games are you playing at the moment? So a while back, I used Robot to get a PS5, and so I played through Demon's Souls. I'm taking like a little bit of a break from PC gaming. I do play Valheim on the PC right now, but I'm taking a little bit of a break from playing games like competitive Apex Legends and stuff, taking a little bit of a break. And I'm spending, if I do have free time to I play right now. I just finished Demon's Souls, and I started it again to get a few extra things that I missed. And then I'm replaying through God of War because it's like checkerboard 4K 60 frames a second on the PS5 right now. So it's actually really good. It looks really good still. Yeah, I really do enjoy the story and the gameplay of God of War for the PS5. It's really good. If you haven't played it, I really highly suggest you do. It's good. Fractured Mental said, would your editorial style change at larger subnumbers? I think it'll stay relatively the same, but I may find opportunities to do more interesting stuff with the camera work or with products, or I may be able to branch out and bring more videos that are a little bit different to the channel, like maybe instead of 4 videos a week, 5 videos a week, and then do another extra thing that's a little bit different. But for the most part, I think the style and content will roughly stay the same, even as we continue to grow. So just a little higher quality is all, basically. Finding ways that I can increase the quality, always looking for that. Miners should try to mine on Stadia. They should. Everyone should get a Stadia subscription and try and mine on Stadia. That'd shut them down real quick. They're already going. Stadia was what a disaster. Oh my Lord. Yeah, that was just a disaster. Florman5 says, any ideas on when we'll get Europe MSRP for 6700 XT? It's probably gonna be like 480 quid or 480 pounds would be my guess. Probably be around. You'll probably just gonna have to pay more, basically, is what I'm saying. It might actually even be more, to be honest with you. Mr. Briefo says, this ain't about GPU, sorry for that. I've seen some videos about Samsung Odyssey monitors have an issue with something like ghosting. Does it matter with an FPS? I don't like ghosting. If there's severe ghosting issues on a panel, don't buy it. It does not look good. But again, look into that, because I can't say anything about Samsung Odyssey monitors. No idea. Radeon RX 6800 XT gaming OC for 1200 Canadian stock. Woo! That's rough. You guys aren't even paying a tariff either, so that's ridiculous. Jay Grimsta says, will 3080 Ti have hash limiter like 3070 or 3060? Yes, it will. And it might even have the limiter expanded to other currencies. So we'll see what happens there. When is 3080 coming? He says 3080 Ti. I thought you literally meant 3080, and I'm like, dude, I'm still waiting for the 3080 launch too. I don't know when it's happening. I'm still waiting. They said it was going to happen on October, but I was there on launch day and it still hasn't happened. I have not, like, I got a 3080 from EVGA being in the queue system, but other than that, I mean, good luck getting a 3080. Jeez. Everybody's waiting, yeah. We're all still waiting for the 3080 launch. Let's go ahead and see, all right, what has been our progress? We're at 224 subscribers on the second channel. If you're not subscribed to the second channel right now, go ahead and hit that link that I just posted in there right now and go subscribe and hit that bell icon, because let's try and hit 250 subscribers. If we can do that by the end of this stream, that is going to be awesome. We're already at 225 and we need 25 more subscribers. Let's see if we can do it. What's the second channel? So the second channel, it's called Epic Funny Time. It's a ridiculously dumb name and I love it. And it's basically just tech memes. So if you're interested in seeing tech memes, go subscribe and hit that bell icon. We only need, looks like 23 more to hit 250. We started out at 120 at the beginning of this stream, so that's a huge improvement. So yeah, here it is again. If you're not subscribed, go do it right now. All right, Heinz Harold, I would piss my pants when NVIDIA cripples all the major algorithms for mining, and this card just sucks for gaming as a result. I don't think that would happen. I think they would be smart about it. 3090 Ti? No, it's not happening. There's no room for a 3090 Ti. It would be like 2% faster. All right, we're at 232 subs on the second channel now. That's pretty good. We only need 18 more. So here's a link once again. See if we can hit 250. All right, Donington says, is the 3070 future-proof for an animator / 1440p gamer, or should I dig deep and get the 3090 / 3080 impossible to find here? I would get something with more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM, I think, but you should take a look at the programs that you use because I could be wrong. So I'd probably go for one with 10 gigabytes or more. Daniel says I sub, they better be funny. Well, you can go ahead and watch the first video. It's only 7 seconds, so if you just subscribe, go ahead and give it a watch. Everyone's liked it so far. We only need 13 more subscribers, so let's see if we can get those extra 13 subscribers here. How much did it cost to cover up that wall behind you with foam? I think it was like $100-$150. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't cheap either. All right, we need 11 more subscribers to hit 250. 10 more. We're almost there. Epic funny time is almost there, baby. 9 more. All right, let's see if we can make a final push. Let's see if we can hit those last 9 subscribers. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon as well. 7 more. That's all we need. We're almost there. Let's see. As a 980 Ti owner, I was going to wait for 3070 Ti, but given how crazy the 30 series launch has been, I'm just going to wait. Yeah, if you want to wait, go for it. 980 Ti is not bad. William Wong says that was a funny AMD versus Intel. Yeah, I thought that was a funny video to put up. It gave me a bit of a giggle. All right, we need 3 more subscribers in the second channel. 2 more. Let's see if we can do it. Is 3080 Ti official? It's not official, but it might as well be. 3080 Ti is coming. Let's see. All right, we made it 250 subscribers on the second channel. That is awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing. And if you did subscribe, make sure that you hit that bell icon. And if you're subscribed to this channel and you haven't hit the bell icon, do that as well. In any case, how long? Let's see. 251. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. GTX, or I think you meant to say not RTX 980 Ti XT Super with an amazing 1% improvement from last generation. That's exactly what it'd be. It'd be like 1% faster. It wouldn't make sense. Raphael says, thank you for the advice on getting a 5900X or 5800X. I got on a waitlist for B&H, got a 5900X. It's much better. Well, I'm glad that it's working better for you. All right, thank you, Family Gaming with Karthbet, for the £2. He says, congrats, buddy. Well, awesome. Thank you for the £2. Again, if you want to get added to Discord, just get a hold of me after the show, and I will get you a private link to the Discord. But I think what I'm going to do here is we've gotten our goal. We hit 250 subs on the second channel. That's awesome. Thank you, everyone who did that. I think we've answered a bunch of questions here. So I think I'm going to answer a few more questions here, and then I'm going to wrap this up in the next couple minutes, end it on an even time. That makes sense. So Jay says, don't waste your money on a 3080 Ti. Go for a 3 times 8-pin 6900 XT. And use MPT to change the power input to 500 watts in the BIOS. Jeez, we'll clock over 2750 megahertz on air. Beats overclock 3090s. It kind of depends on what you're doing. But, like, if you just game and if you overclock the bejesus out of the 6900 XT and you're playing at 1440p, yeah, it's going to be an awesome card. But if you play 4K games, the 3090 a lot of times will win. The 3090 can overclock as well. It won't overclock as well, but it can overclock. And then if you do a lot of, like, works like me where you use Premiere or you're a 3D artist or you stream or something, a lot of times the video cards can be better. So it depends on what you do. It would be what I say. Is the 3070 good for Fortnite? Oh yeah, that'll definitely be good enough. All right, we got Not an Apple Fan in the chat. Thank you for the €5.49, or is it what we call Euro dollars here? He says, have a beer on me, hit that like button. Well, I'm Not an Apple fan. Thank you for the €5. You're already in the Discord, so that's good. I'll have you know, we're doing, and this may be a heinous crime, but we're doing St. Patty's Day early. We're doing it today, so I will be having a beer today. Simply because everyone works on Wednesday. Everyone. So we just can't do it on Wednesday. We work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so it's just not a good idea. So, but yeah, thank you for the €5. Those Eddies coming in, baby. So yeah, I'll answer a few more questions here, and then I think we'll wrap this stream up. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Sorry, the RTX 3080 Ti or AMD 6900 XT just land on the video. I would personally choose the 3080 Ti because, you know, stuff like RTX voice, I know it works good in Premiere. You get the encoder. It's stuff like that I like better. But the 6900 XT, if you're playing at a lower resolution, is likely going to be faster, and you get more VRAM. So that's kind of nice. So it just depends. Mick says family also doing St. Patty's today. Yeah, why did it have to land on a Wednesday? I mean, come on now. Should have landed on a Saturday. That'd be the best time. Remember, it's Patty's Day, not St. Patty's Day. That's just wrong. Well, thank you for the €5 again. Not an Apple fan. By the way, if you're not subscribed to Not an Apple fan, he makes similar videos to me. So I'll go ahead and leave a link in the chat right now. Let's see, Not an Apple fan. Let's see. I'll make it easy for everyone. I'll leave. I'm sure a bunch of you are, but here's a link to his channel as well. What's he at? 31,700 subscribers. See if you can get him to 32,000 subscribers. Hit that link right there. And if you do subscribe, hit the bell icon, all right? Anytime you subscribe to anyone, hit the bell icon and click all notifications, because don't let YouTube determine for you what you want to see. If you want to subscribe to someone and see their content, hit the bell icon and enable all notifications so that you actually see all their content. Because otherwise, YouTube will decide what you want to see, which, honestly, who wants that? You can make your own decisions. All right, let's see. I have a feeling he doesn't like apples. Yeah, I remember we were both, we were talking about, like, in our creator chat, we were talking about the M1 chip, and I don't think either him or I were impressed. And then I was like, but then again, you gotta remember, in the chat, you're talking to a guy who hates Apple and someone else who also has their name not an Apple fan. So a little bit of bias there. Heinz Harold says, well, the AI brought me here. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's true. The AI brought you here. Well, if you aren't subscribed, though, again, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my second channel, and subscribe to Not an Apple Fan, and hit the bell icon for all of them. That's my advice. But in any case, I think I'm going to answer one more question here, and then we're going to wrap this thing up because we've been going for a while. So we got Bobo Los, who says, did you think that the disaster of Cyberpunk on consoles, many game developers will be more scared to put high quality settings? The approach could slow down the evolution of PC games. Maybe, but they also just did a bad job. So TFAS says you don't need to press the bell icon. You can go to your subscriptions page and see all the subscriptions in chronological order. Actually, that's not true, TFAS. Even if you go to your subscriptions page, it doesn't always show everyone who you're subscribed to. So that's why it's highly important that you hit the bell icon and enable all notifications if you subscribe to someone. Because assumedly, if you're subscribing to someone, you probably want to see their content, right? Which is why it's bizarre that they included the bell icon. Subscribing worked fine. So if you do actually want to see someone's content, it's really important you hit the bell icon and enable all notifications, because otherwise you may not even see someone in your subscriptions feed sometimes. It's weird. I don't know why YouTube decided to do that, but it happens. So that's the way that you can decide for yourself what you want to see instead of allowing YouTube to decide for you what you want to see. Because, again, assuming that you subscribe to someone, you probably want to see what they make. Let's see. All right, I'll answer one more here, and then I'll wrap things up. I keep saying that, but we're gonna do this. All right. I have two 2K monitors, one 144 hertz and the other 60 hertz. I'm looking to play Call of Duty and Fortnite at high FPS. Should I get 3060, 3060 Ti, or 3070? I would go for 3060 Ti or 3070. 3060 Ti would be better, but 3070 is much easier to get. So, all right, I'll answer this one last one. Misled Misfit says AMD or NVIDIA graphics cards, some gaming and lots of photo editing, lots of Adobe plus school work. Coding. I would go in for NVIDIA simply because they seem to be better with Adobe typically, at least recently. But I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stream up. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and thank you for getting my second channel up to over 250 subscribers. That is awesome. And this, I think we had a great stream here. And again, thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned because there will be another video coming out tomorrow. And as always, it's going to be an absolute banger. So yeah, make sure you're waiting for that. But again, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.